Hey guys, welcome to another exciting episode of Fight Zone, and this week we're going to feature a martial art that involves a lot of grappling, choking and ground fighting. It's called Brazilian Jiu Jitsu or BJJ. So today I'm bringing you to Monarchy MMA Gym in KL, where Professor Munenho and his students are going to show us a bit of technique and a bit of history about BJJ. I'm here to learn about Brazilian Jiu Jitsu.
Yeah, welcome to Monarchy MMA. This is our Brazilian Jiu Jitsu class. I'm Professor Bruninho Barbosa. Okay, I'll help you a little bit.
Alright, with the information, I would like to join the class.
Yeah, of course. You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
The origin of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is Japanese. Okay, it came from Japan, but the Mitsuyo Maeda used to travel around the world. Okay, doing business and fighting. So he managed to get in Brazil, and then he met some members of the Gracie family. So in Brazil they developed more the techniques. Like Eddie Gracie, he changed a little bit the techniques. He introduced some more leverage to adapt to his body type, which like. He was his weight around like 64 kilograms, so there was some technique that he couldn't do because like required a lot of strength. So he was not able to do so by himself, like out of his mind. He decided to change some stuff, you know, some angles. So he added some leverage in the technique. So he changed everything. You know, so that's the origin of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. So Helio Gracie changed the whole story, you know. Before was only one thing, you know, back in Japan. So all those martial arts was just one thing, you know. So they split a little bit. Yeah, so that's the part of what we know. But there's a lot of stories, you know. We don't know 100% of what happened, you know. But we just know that Mitsuyo Maeda went to Brazil and then doing business with some members of the Gracie family. So he taught them the Jiu-Jitsu was not Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu at that time. You know, so then when we spread to the world and became Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu because it was like the change happened in Brazil. I've been practicing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu for 17 years. Yeah, I've been teaching for over 10. So in Malaysia, I'm like 2 years. Because I came 4 years ago. We started a small work here in Monarchy MMA, you know. So now the team is really big, successful, you know. Thank God we have so many titles. We won in 2 years of hard work. We won more than 10 titles in competitions in Malaysia. You know, we are able now to send students overseas to compete, like Japan. I went to Mexico to compete representing Malaysia. You know, so the team is big, the work is hard, and we are a successful team.
So how long does it take to master, to get a black belt in Brazilian?
10 to 12 years.
10 to 12 years.
10 to 12 years, yeah.
Provided with...
yeah, you have to train hard. You need to really train, you know. But nowadays, unfortunately, because of MMA, some people they are getting black belt a bit early, you know, so too soon. So which is not good. If you go to Brazil, you see people like 4 years as a blue belt, 4 years of purple, 4 years of brown, and they still training normal, you know. But nowadays, everybody want to get black belt just to teach jiu-jitsu, but they don't know the foundation, they don't know the basics, you know. So they just want to have a black belt in their waist. So it's like, for us in Brazil, we don't understand that. You can master jiu-jitsu. Doesn't matter how long you train, you know, there is always something change. So we always change something. There's always something new to learn, you know. So it's not like something that you can write a book and teach out of a book or out of a DVD. You know, in jiu-jitsu you cannot do that. It's for life, you know. Yeah, of course, it's a good martial art. You don't need to learn how to punch. You don't need to learn how to kick. As long as you know how to just like immobilize the person, or at least like break the person's arm, choke the person, and you have time to run away. As long as you're alive, you know, you avoid the thing like punching people. The guy can punch you back, you know. And what if they in a fight, most of the time the fight they go to the ground, and we know what to do on the ground. We are specialists in fighting on the ground, you know. So when the other martial arts where they stop, we start, you know. So this is Jiu Jitsu is very effective self-defense. Self-defense. You know, you need to be able to get out of a fighting situation, aggressive situation, without getting hurt. That's the most important. You know, as they say, the fight most of the time goes to the ground. Whoever knows how to fight on the ground will be successful, right? So if I fight someone who doesn't know Jiu-Jitsu, and then you go to the ground, he's in trouble with me, right? So with Jiu-Jitsu, I know how to take someone down, bring to the ground, bring them to my word. So I don't want to fight someone against someone who is like a Muay Thai specialist. I don't want to punch him, I don't want to kick him. I know he's going to kill me, right? So I need to bring him to my word. So we engage, we go to the ground, and then in the ground I can do what I know. Yeah, it's growing a lot, you know, because there's no MMA without Jiu-Jitsu. Nobody can fight MMA without Jiu-Jitsu. You can fight 1 or 2 fights, maybe, you know, but you have to learn Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu to be able to go further, you know. And here in Malaysia, as we have the MMA events, so the growth of Jiu-Jitsu is really fast, you know. And then you see a lot of people, a lot of good talents coming. They come to the gym, they stay, they train, you know, and then they go for Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu competition. It's like, if they want to fight MMA, they have to compete in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu to understand the concept of competition, how hard it is, and the hard work and everything. You know, we have a lot of things to do before you go for your first fight in MMA. In Brazil, beginners don't fight MMA. You have to have a base, at least a background. So most of the people who start fighting MMA, they have Jiu-Jitsu as their background. Because when things go hard in standing, we bring to the ground and then we win. That's what we do.
So today I'm going to show a triangle from close guard. It's personally one of my favorite techniques, so I'll show you guys. So the first thing, the guy is inside my guard, which is my legs. I always close my guard to keep him inside. The first thing I want to do is control his posture. If his posture is up, it's good for him. If his posture is down, it's better for me. So the first thing I want to do with my legs and also my hands, I control his posture and I bring him down. Then whilst he's down, I want to take an overhook, or as we call a whizzer. The next step I want to do, I want to step my foot on the floor and do a slight hip escape to create space here. The next step with my elbow, I'm going to frame and open the space. Here, from the tricep, I slide my hand to his wrist. Now the next step, I push and throw my leg over his head and close the triangle. I pass his arm in front of his face, and here I just squeeze with my legs and pull his head. Tap. This is a triangle choke. I'll show you one more time. So I control his posture and bring him down. I take an overhook or a whizzer on his arm. I put my left foot on the floor and I do a slight hip escape to create the space. With my elbow, I frame and open his arm and put my shin on his bicep. I control his wrist. The next step, I'm going to push and pass my leg over his head and close the triangle. After this, I pass this arm in front of his face. Here the triangle is tight. All I have to do is squeeze with my legs and pull his head down. Tap.
And I'm going to show a choke from the back take. So firstly, when you get the back, you need to get a sit belt. So this is a sit belt. Always remember the choking hand, which is this hand. You need to place the choke hand on the bottom side, which means the underhook hand you should place like this. So once you get near to the back, you want to clamp your hands together like this, and you grab your head and put it beside the person's head as well. So the first thing people make a mistake is that they try to pull the person like this. We create a lot of space between the person's back and my chest. This is not what we want. What we want is that we want our chest to stick to the person's back. If you try to do something like this where the chest is back is too much space, that person will try to escape. And all your attempt on the back take and the choke will be gone. So always remember, keep the chest next to the person. The sit belt, the choking hand will be on the bottom. And keep your head next to him. You don't place your head here, but you place it right here. So from here, when you want to try to open up and choke the person, you open the lapel and you pass the lapel to the choking hand like this. And you grip it. You grip it with 4 fingers. And quickly, I'm going to switch this leg here to the horizontal in this position. And from here, I'm going to grab the near side leg, either the knee or the thigh, which one is the nearest to me. I grab it and I'm going to try to swing 45 degrees to the side, creating something like a cross here. So all I want to do when I try to create more pressure for the choke, I'm going to swing this leg and I'm going to try to get this leg and cup it onto the person's shoulder. To create something like a triangle or something like a lock. And all I need to do is I try to get this arm, pull, at the same time I'm going to pull this leg towards me like this. Always remember that you want to place this hand, the shoulders part or the bicep part, behind the person's back. You don't want to do something like this. We create a lot of space as well. Sometimes the person, if he's really tough, he can take it and he will try to escape. Let's just say I create too much space between his head, he will try to escape, okay? And submission is gone. So what I want to do is I want to get this choke here, I want to get my bicep and make his head bend. I don't want his head to be straight. So what I want to do is I want to bend his head and I want to create this angle. And now I just need to pull the leg towards me and this leg here at the same time. Pull this hand at the same time. And this is a bow and arrow choke. Sit out, grab, and up. Alright guys, that's the bow and arrow from the back. Thank you.
So that's it for this week's Fight Zone. We'll see you in the next episode.